Want to go deeper with Lobbing Scorchers? You know, scratch under the surface, get down even dirtier than we already get? Become a YouTube member. Sometimes things just get a little too spicy, a little too weird, and a little too loose for the general public. And you know, the people to see that are YouTube members. We're talking about exclusive bonus videos, the podcast after show, exclusive written content, and little bits and pieces of information before the unwashed masses know about it. As a member, you not only get access to all of this amazing content, you get a badge next to your name and a slew of amazing emotes to use, not only in our live stream chat, but also in our comment section. And yes, we do have an emote for Jesus Ferreira, Go Snack, and Paul Rothrock. This is the best way to help keep us independent and keep us building out this crazy YouTube brand that we call Lobbing Scorchers. Hit the join button down below or hit the link in the top of our description if you're on mobile to join the ranks and become a Lobbing Scorchers YouTube member.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome in to your final post-match live of the 2020-25 regular season. Shout out to the 2025 season. It has come to an end in the great cold state of Minnesota. 3-3 draw in regulation. Seattle Sounders fall in PKs. The Loons move on, and the Sounders are sent packing. So much to talk about with this game, guys. We're going to be hanging out, reacting, coping, rationalizing, perpetuating our final agendas of the season. Got the presser pulled up. Going to play that. Should be starting. I don't know. Maybe the last game of the season, there's like a more elongated locker room speech. But before we get into... Sorry, they're... Okay, presser not started yet. Before we get into everything that Rusnak and Rothrock for the hostage video coming right up. So they should be joining this Zoom call soon. They're talking, so I'm hearing both things at the same time. But that's who we're going to be talking to. Before we get into all the things that went wrong in this game and why the Seattle Sounders season is now over, I do want to say, what a game. Like, if you were a neutral, which I know none of us are, but if you were, the drama, the red card, the comeback, the equalizer, that freaking shootout, Andrew Thomas busting up his finger, maybe, during the shootout. It was a thriller. It was a thriller. You can't deny that. But I guess I'll lay down my first initial takeaways, and we'll get Noah in here eventually. He's headed home from fast fashion right now, so he'll be on in a bit. Once the presser's over, I'll drop the call link in. You guys can hop on and lay down some takes. But I'll give my initial takes while we wait for the presser to start, which is, I guess my first reaction is that should not have been a game that goes to PKs. You end up a man in that game for how long? How much better could that game have started? 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Albert Rusnak with one of the best team goals they've scored all season. We've seen him slice it and dice it like that a lot this year. His team scored a ton of goals this year. And that was a great one. Danny Musovski. All right, sorry. We got the presser pulled up. Pauly Primetime's in there.
Guys, thank you both very much for your time. Out of there as quickly as possible. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and get started right away. Jeremiah O'Shan has our first question. Jeremiah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I guess, Paul, how would you describe the emotion of a game like that?
Challenging. I thought, we were unfortunate to let the game slip away like it did in those, few moments where we lost our lead, and thought we bounced back really well from that. Credit to the team and I think that's been our calling card all year is, finding moments to be resilient like that, and we found a way to get back in the game, and I think we were all feeling pretty confident going into the shootout. We knew Andrew was going to make a few saves for us, and I haven't been a part of a shootout in a while that goes that far, all the way down to the goalkeeper. So, tough way to go out.
All right, next question will go over to Maz Vida. Maz, go ahead and ask yours, please.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, Albert, since Paul answered the first one. Just, if you can, I know emotions are raw, just the suddenness, of that game and the notion that your season is done. Can you speak a little bit to that? I know emotions are raw right now.
Yeah, it's it feels it just doesn't feel right because of many things. We went a man up today, had control of the game, and somehow found ourselves down 3-2 and fighting just to equalize it. I think we're really good. We are really good.
Sorry about the typing, guys. Running double duty.
When you go a man up in a playoff game on the road, and you have a lead when it happens, it's just no way you can let the other team score 2 goals. To take a lead, I had the easiest chance probably of all season to put it away 3-1, hit the post. And then the game, we get equalized the last minute. It goes to PKs. Again, we had 2 PKs to win the game. And I don't know why, but it just right now it feels like it wasn't meant to be. And as you said, the emotions are raw, so it's hard to really, identify why. But that's how it feels, I think Andrew on the first PK when he saved it, broke his finger or dislocated it. It's just, it's a lot of things, and you combine all those, and right now we found ourselves that the season's over, but it doesn't feel right. We also feel like we haven't lost to them in 3 games, and we're out of playoffs, so it's tough.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to go to freelance reporter for the Seattle Times, who's currently in the room in Minnesota. Heather, go ahead, please.
You mentioned it's didn't feel like it was meant to be. This is for either of you, just with the you mentioned too hitting the crossbar, potentially above 31. Crossbar was a factor a couple other times too with the PKs. What was that part of maybe just that feeling like this wasn't meant to be? I mean, was it? It was just the margin was that small. I mean, how tough was it to just kind of keep going, know that you weren't out of it till the very end?
I think sports are won on really fine margins, and we lost in the margins tonight. And that especially hurts given how long the season has been, and where we've come from as a team since the start of the year. Being part of the team last year and this year, I feel like we're a better team. We've played some great football this year, and sometimes sports can just go that way. I think we felt in our hearts, and we believed that we were the better team, and obviously we're not the team moving on, and that really hurts. I've got to give credit to how they stifled us in some moments too. They've found a way to get the better of us a couple times this year, and that's definitely going to be some fuel for us the next time when we play the next year. And it hurts right now because that's 10 months of work that's just gone after a few moments.
All right, George, you're up next. Go ahead with your question, please.
Albert, I know this feels really raw right now, but watching the game, it seemed like there was nothing else that you guys could have done. It felt like you guys left it all on the field. I wondered if you agree with that, or if you think that there might have been something that in hindsight you could have done different. And then Paul, Messi just renewed his contract with Inter Miami. So can we have Paul Rossrock again with the Sounders next season? I think you had some unfinished business here that we'd like to see you complete.
So yeah, your first question. No, I mean, as far as there's no such thing as question and effort in any game. So we're not gonna sit here and say, the effort was there. I feel like that's just first and foremost, it has to be there, and it was there. But even as far as tactics after the first game series, we tweaked some things, and in a short amount of time, changed a little bit in how we want to attack, especially against Minnesota, to create more chances. And that kind of resulted in 7 goals in the next 2 games. So as far as that goes, the work that we've put in and the tactics that coaches gave us and our video analysis, what they saw in the video and how to break them down, we actually applied that in a game and did it really well. So even today, on road, scored 3 goals in a playoff game. So yeah, I mean, we left it all out there. Yes, there were mistakes, but that is just part of the game. Mistakes happened, and and I'm sure a few moments of that game today, if I could have back, or anybody else that knows how the game went, yes, we would want those moments back. But it's easy to sit here now and be like, I should have done that, should have done that. So yeah, no, I mean, I'm proud of the group, proud of everybody, what we did. Although as I said, it doesn't feel right that we lost the way we did this whole series. But yeah, I'm sure it will hurt for a day, 2, maybe 3. But then we're gonna have to regroup and have an off season and get better next year. That's ultimately all we can do. Is improve from this year and try and do better next year. And go again and go to win another trophy. Because that's what this club is about.
Yeah, and then to respond to your question, I don't want to make this moment about myself. I think, those conversations will continue over the next couple of weeks, and I've made it clear that my desire is to stay here. But I prefer not to speak on that right now, just given the emotion. I want to keep the focus on what we've done as a team this year and as a group. This has been a special group. Scored the most goals ever as a Sounders team in a year. Won a trophy. There's been some great moments this year, some real highs. Several players I think have had unbelievable individual seasons. But yeah, this one hurts. In my head, we were going all the way and winning 2 trophies this year, and it's gonna take a little while to have that settle in. That's not gonna happen.
All right, we'll take one more, and we'll take it from Felipe Makeda. Felipe, please go ahead.
Thank you, Alex. This question is for Albert. Albert, Rock just mentioned that all the season had up and downs. This series of games had everything, intensity, big emotions. This last series of penalties was incredible. But at the end, the team is out. What is the message that you give to the fans that were with the team during the whole season?
Honestly, I feel like our fans are, they feel exactly the same as we do right now. We wanted another, not just another playoff game, but maybe have another home match at Lumen this year. Because I feel like we made that place, really special again, and really hard for other teams to come in and do anything. So if anything, we try to get another home game. But yeah, I mean, the support has been incredible, whether it's been at Lumen or on road. Even today, there's a small number of fans that we saw with the green jerseys, and we could hear them, and it's not a short trip. So even if it's we don't care about how many, but even if you see a few, it's it gives you that little bit of extra, and we needed that this series, and we got it. Whether it was a game 2 at home, coming off a loss in the first one in the shootout again, or today, So yeah, the support's been incredible, and it always has been. So I can speak on behalf of everybody, every player, and it's just a big thank you, honestly, to everyone. And then I'm sure they're good, just as we are. It's too soon after a game, to kind of say a farewell message to the fans, or kind of have a few sentences to sum up the whole year. It's I'm sure we'll do that. Whether it's on social media or at the facility, however it's going to go down. But yeah, right now, all we can say is thank you.
Guys, thank you both very much for your time. That concludes tonight's player portion of the post-match press conference. Safe travels home. For head coach Brian Schmetzer, who is sitting down next, if you have a question for him, once again, please go ahead and reset the deck for us and hit that raised hand function button. We will get started promptly as soon as he sits down.
No, well, adjust the chair. Okay.
Ready for you, Alex.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, thank you for your time. Would you like an opener this evening?
Nope.
All right, we'll go straight to it. Jeremiah, why don't you kick us off, please?
Yeah, Brian. I don't know what did you feel like, or when did you feel like this game was starting to slip away, and what do you think you guys did that allowed them to get back into it after going up 2-0?
Well, I mean, look, credit to them on the first goal, because that was a tremendous free kick. But certainly the start of the second half, when you've got 3 really clear chances, because the message at the second half was to go out and find a third goal. That was the message in the second half. That we're not going to, they're down a guy, let's push, let's try and get second to the third goal. And you've got Albert's miss from the penalty spot that clanks off the left post or the right post. You've got Christian, inside, the guy blocks it on the line. You've got a ball out wide to Alex. 2 guys are sliding in. We've got multiple guys in the box, and it goes past everybody. We can't score. I think in that moment in time, that's where we lost the game. But as far as my own feelings of when things were unraveling, probably came, when obviously Markonovic, scores the third goal, then it's like, well, Jesus Christ. I mean, this might not be your night. The guys fought back to get 3-3. You get 2 chances to win it in penalties. I mean, you could pick any one of those moments, Jeremiah. But I will say this is the toughest loss that I've experienced at this club. This one was tough because we let that slip away. You're going to look for a lot of teams. A lot of teams are going to say, we won Leagues Cup. A lot of teams would look at this season as a success. You won a trophy. But the standard at our club is games like this don't happen. And we should have been moving on. And that's on me. That's on us. We have to accept that.
All right, Miles, we'll go back to you, please.
Yeah, Brian, you gave a lot to unpack there. So let me go a different way. How much do you think the home field advantage, is that a lesson for next year? Some of your players were talking about.
No, we should have beat them the first game here, and we should have beat them tonight.
And why is this such a tough loss?
Because we gave it away.
All right, Heather for the Seattle Times in the room there. Do you have a question for Brian?
She's busy writing.
Okay, no worries. George, we'll go your way.
Coach, I guess this is a really tough loss because you scored 7 goals. The other team only scored 4. You had 2 draws, so you never actually lost the game. I had 2 questions. One is on their goals from the set pieces. Was there something that the players didn't follow, or was it that the team surprised you with their set pieces? And then the second one, for all the supporters that are nursing this defeat, what is the drink of choice that you would recommend?
People don't always have to drink to drown their sorrows. That's a bad habit.
No, it could be tea, coffee.
I've fallen in that trap many times. I'll answer your first question. The 2 set piece goals in the second half were goals that we should have done better on. You are correct in that. The long throw in, they played it short. My guy flicks it on. The guy sneaks in at the back post. Obed is supposed to be marking there. Nuhu has a chance to make the play. And then on the corner kick, their player, Markonovic, actually runs from the top of the box. And we have a zone. And there should have been a player back at that back post covering that area of the field. So again, if you want my strong opinion there, you cannot, in this league, give up soft goals. And we gave 2 at home, and it didn't cost us. But we gave them 2 tonight, and it ended up costing us.
All right, reminder for me, if you have a question for head coach Brian Schmetzer, hit that raised hand function button. We're getting down to the end here. Jeremiah, back to you for a follow-up, please.
Just wanted to talk about the shootout where Andrew Thomas comes in. What was behind the decision to do that, and what did he do to his pinky? It looked like he may have broken it or dislocated it.
So it's funny that you're asking the question and not the guy that's been bothering me all week long. But I'll answer it this way. I had a conversation with Steph, and Steph is a team guy. It was a little, it was a little chink in his armor. But he said, no, let's do this. And so we were prepared. We had everything in place. But it just shows you that shootouts are 50-50. Our shooters needed to do better. We had 2 chances to win it. He dislocated his finger, and they shoved it back in, and he continued. He made a couple saves after that. So credit to Andrew for doing his part to try and help us win this game. And it's unfortunate that his last shot hit the crossbar, because normally I'm telling you this. I was thinking about putting Andrew like 6, 7, 8 because he's been lights out in training. But, you know, again, it goes back to that. Maybe tonight wasn't going to be our night.
All right, Miles, back to you.
Yeah. Brian, you've mentioned soft goals before, even before this playoff. What's the issue? I know it's kind of hard right now, but right now, what do you think is a disconnect there?
Well, there's no disconnect, Maz. It's just guys have to make plays. You know, did we do enough to get enough training done? That's the first thing I'm going to ask myself. Did we do enough to give the players the tools to be successful? Did we do our jobs as coaches? Did I do my job as the head coach to make sure that everybody understood what was going to go on with long throw-ins, on corner kicks? Did we do enough in training to make sure we were prepared for a team that's, you know, bread and butter is set pieces? And we'll go through all of that and we'll make adjustments and we'll try and at some point, not tonight, maybe not even 2 months from now, but you know, we'll try and figure that out, Maz, when I'm in a better mood.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, I think that will do it for tonight. Brian, thank you for your time. Be safe. Media, thank you. If there's any other needs, please let a member of our staff know. That concludes tonight's post.
Heavy stuff there from Brian Schmetzer. Let's talk about that a little bit. He called it the toughest loss, I think, that he's sustained since he's been at the club. I don't know if he meant head coach or overall, but it's hard not to agree with the sentiment that this is among the tougher L's. This is a tough L. This is a tough L. He didn't give a very detailed answer to the follow-up. He said because we gave it away and left it at that. But let's start there. Let's start there. Because there ain't no way on any planet, in any dimension, in any galaxy, that when you go up 2-0 in a decisive playoff game like that, in the first 10 minutes go as perfectly, literally as perfectly as you could possibly fathom. You could not have drawn up a better start to that game. You couldn't. It was incredible. They looked great. They were slicing that low block right up. 2-0. You're up 2-0, okay? And honestly, in the playoffs, that's not that safe a lead. It's not. With a 2-goal advantage, you know, they score one and it's fully game on. So really, you can't feel safe until you get up 3 or 4 goals. But then you get the red card. Then you go up a man. In the first minute? So you're playing the last, I mean, I'm not a math guy, but 50, 55 minutes, whatever it was when you count in stoppage. You're playing the entire second half, up a man. There is no scenario where you can have that be the start of the game and then find yourself in a situation when you are playing up a man where you're literally down 3-2 fighting for your life in the last 5 minutes of the game. And there's so many reasons why they ended up in that situation. Schmetz brought up one pivotal moment in this game that we got to talk about. I think that game was lost on that chance in the sequence early in the first half where Ferreira finds Rusnak at the PK spot with a wide-ass open net. He hits it off the post. If that goes in, it makes the scoreline a lot more friendly to Seattle, but it's also I think the psychology of it. They're down a man and a goal at that point, I think. I think it was 2-1 at that point. That would have made it 3-1, and I think they probably would have felt chalked after that. They probably would have felt chalked. You basically, it's not fully dusted because it's pretty early in the second half, but it's pretty close to dusted. So that's moment number one where it's just like Rusnak scored a great goal to start off the game, and a play like that, I think it's unlucky as much as anything. It was a wide ass open net, but that's chance number one to dust this game right there. I think they probably win the game if that goes in. But honestly, as much as that, I mean, this team, it's not a mystery how they score their goals. It's not. They got 2 goals off set piece sequences in this game. One off a throw-in that they always do long throw-ins. They did a short throw-in. Boxall sends the cross in. They get 1 goal off that. And then the second one's a corner kick where Markanic is just marked at the far post. If you're actively trying to lose the game, that's the type of stuff that would be happening. Like it's not just the concessions, it's that they came in a way that exactly plays into the opponent. So for that to happen while they're up a man, I mean, it's a debacle. That was a debacle. And frankly, the things that did them in this game and did them in all season are a lot of the same stuff that we've been talking about all year. Ill-timed concessions, needless concessions, blown leads. The reason they didn't have home field advantage for this series was like all of those exact things. And all those things came up in this game when the start of the game went exactly how they needed it to go. They get a man advantage in the first half, and all that stuff still happened. They were handing Minnesota these goals. They're handing them the goals. So there's just no way that can get to a point where you're down 3-2 in the 85th minute. I want to give them credit because I know people are bagging on Jordan because he missed his PK. I'll say this to start that point. I'm never going to bag on anybody for missing a PK. Okay? PKs are random. They're pretty much totally random, whether they go in or not. Whether it hits the post or not is, in that scenario, it's based on like a 0.2 inch differential in how you hit the ball. It's not the issue, I think, is how you ended up in PKs in the first place. Not even the really bad ones that happened in this series, like Danny Leva, Obed, and Osaze. Although they're not the greatest PKs I've ever seen taken. I will say that. But it's to me, it's more about how did you end up there in a situation where you're fighting for your season when you've been up a man for as long as they were and you got 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. But I'll give them credit for finding that equalizer. Sorry about the typing, guys. There's going to be typing. I'll give them credit for finding the equalizer that got it to PKs. I think it would have been a way, way more embarrassing L if they hadn't leveled it up. I'll say, though, too, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people call any L embarrassing. Literally every time the Sounders lose, you get the contingent of people who say that was embarrassing. An L is not inherently embarrassing. It's not. L's happen sometimes. Unless your barometer is they need to go 34-0-0. It's not an embarrassment or a disgrace every single time you lose. This was embarrassing. It's embarrassing because of how much the advantage was skewed towards you between the 2-goal lead and the red card, and the extent to which they kind of just handed them the game. It's tough. It's tough. It is undeniably tilting, and I think in time, once everything is simmered down and we can reflect on the 2025 season, there was a lot of good this season. They won a trophy this season. They got into CCC next season. They have a bye for CCC next season. The Leagues Cup final was legendary. One of the greatest days, one of the greatest moments in club history. This sours it a little bit, at least in the moment. This takes the shine off it. Getting bopped out in round one of the playoffs like that, when all you need to do is manage the game, stay disciplined, not make individual errors. Let's talk about the first goal they conceded from Perea. That foul that Yamar puts on him to give them that set piece, you just don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. You have the cover there. You got two guys on the attacker in question. And that exact scenario is the only way they're going to score. One of the only ways. Did anyone really think that wasn't going in when they got the free kick in that spot? I knew it was going in. That guy is nasty at free kicks. I'm not even going to lie. But it's just an example of, like, when you're up 2 goals and up a man, you don't need to put yourself in that situation. All right, I'm going to drop the call link in. Noah shouldn't be here in too long, but I'm running a little bit of double duty, so it would honestly be helpful to have someone hop on. And, I want to give you guys a chance to cope. Protocol before I drop this call link in. Let's just general note, not singling anybody out. Let's just keep it. I know emotions are running high. You might want to trash on Minnesota United. You might want to trash on the Seattle players, whoever you got your agenda against. Let's keep it chill. You can be emotional, but don't crash out and start saying stuff that's out of pocket. We've had a couple instances now where we've had people teetering on the edge. 98% of you are totally fine. And we love doing these call-in shows. But after an L like this, I feel compelled to, if anyone's teetering and it's a warning situation, we're going to give you a yellow. And if it goes fully off the rails, you might get a second yellow or a straight red. Okay? So let's just get that out there. Call link in the chat now. It's not about you, Kenny. It's actually not. Feel free to hop in and drop your takes. All right, we got Max in here. Is that Max Aquino? All right. We got. Okay, everyone's tapping in. We got Max. We got Jordan. We got Kenny. We got Jeremy. Max, it's telling me that you will need to connect your mic cam before you can add them to the stream. So I can't add you. We're going to go to Jordan first, and then Max, if you connect that, I'll get you in after him. Jordan, my guy, welcome in. Last
Hello.
of 2025 PKL at Minnesota. Insane game. I mean, what'd you think, man? How you doing?
As you can tell, I'm at work. It made work a lot harder, obviously, having to go through PKs and watch the whole game. No, I wouldn't say embarrassing. I feel like a game is embarrassing only when you lose 4-5-0. You just you get dog walked. This, however, is probably the most disappointing loss in a very long time. Even if we won, it was going to be a disappointing win. Just in general, it was a disappointing game.
Exactly.
So it's tough, really. It's a team that plays for free kicks, plays for throw-ins, plays for corners. We knew this going into the game, and yet we still gave all of those up, knowing what they would do from them. The only goal I'm really upset with most, the free kick, it's a free kick. The only thing Stefan Frey can do is adjust his positioning, but if you leave one side too open, they'll go the other way. the corner to go down 3-2. I don't know who it is who's supposed to be guarding him, but just completely lets him run free. Is so focused on like the ball being whipped in, is not tracking his man. And it's just like, you got to do better. You know what they want to do. You have to do better. You have to.
It's not a state secret how they score their goals. They're very good at it. And I know for me, it's like I understand what you're saying about how kind of they don't have any other tricks or whatever. And we've been as guilty as anyone of we've been giving them a hard time on this show about how they play and their tactics and all that. I mean, look, they ended up with 5 goals in the series. So like, and there's a reason they ended up at 1.7, 1.8 points per game this year. And I think that's kind of what I realized tonight is it's like, I was thinking about this before the game anyway, but it's like, we can complain about that all they want, but like, it's not like a mystery. It's not like anyone doesn't know what's coming. Like,
yeah, it'd be different if in game 3, all of a sudden Minnesota comes out attacking football, tiki-taka, play the passes. It's all set pieces. And you know what? Fine, whatever. Either way, you were up a man. The thing that upsets me the most, honestly, is reading the comments earlier of people getting upset with Rusnak for missing. I understand it was a wide open goal, but there's a reason why we're here and they're there. I'm not making that shot. I don't care. Under that much pressure, I was shaking during penalties, and I'm sat in 2 states over, or multiple, across the country, basically, freaking out. So it's shit. It is. There's no other way around it. But we had more than just that chance. In the second half, there was one point where we had like 4 or 5 chances back to back to back to back, and we just don't finish it. Jordan gets the goal to send it to penalties. Andrew, I think, based off, if I read coach's lips, they think he might have like broke his finger on the landing,
dislocated his pinky
or something.
We haven't even talked about that yet, but dude, Andrew Thomas is a freaking dog. He was a beast in the shootout.
The fact that he stayed in. Yeah,
he dislocated his pinky during the shootout. I thought he might be doing like a bit, but no, he dislocated his pinky during the shootout. Still made a couple saves. Seattle had 2 chances from the spot to end that, to win it. Missed both.
In penalties, what pissed me off the most is the fact that everybody went left. Everybody. I don't think, other than Andrew, who hit the bar, every penalty went left. And it's like, what I will say, and I said it on Monday, and I'm going to say it again, is Sinclair is not a good goalie. He did not save a single penalty.
They ripped shootout. 7 goals on him in the last 2 games. So yeah, I mean, he's good at PKs, and I think he is a good goalie. But it's not like he's so good that
I don't think he's a good mental PK guy. Andrew Thomas is good at PKs. Like Andrew Thomas, other than the one miss, every miss Minnesota had came from a save. But overall, it's win-loss. It was going to be a disappointment. They should have put the game to bed in regular time. They got lucky to get it to penalties, and every penalty going to the left it's just ridiculous. Like, you just think, like, just somebody go down the middle, somebody go to the right. He didn't. He dove to the right one time with every penalty that went to the left, and everyone just kept going to the same side. He's going to save one if no one tries to go any way around it.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, I got a jam-packed queue right now, but any last thoughts or takes on this game or the 2025 season that you want to cook on before we get the next person in?
Playoff format still should change back to home and away. Win or loss, I was going to say that. 2025 season, disappointing end, still a success. We still lifted a trophy. You can't say it's a bad season when you win a trophy.
I think most of us will get there in time, but I understand if people don't feel like that right now. That was brutal. But Jordan, you the man. Thanks for
it'll hurt. Yeah.
thanks for tapping in this season. You're a great caller, and hopefully we'll catch up
Thank
with
you,
you when
sir.
we do. We'll do call-in shows over the off season where we'll get people in. So hopefully see you then, brother. Appreciate you.
I will be there. Have a good night.
Take care. All right, we got Kenny, we got Jeremy, we got Poos, we got Timbo, we got Caleb. It's gonna be a big one, folks. We'll be here for a while. We're gonna get Kenny on the stage right now. Kenny, what's up, man? 2025 season, that's a wrap. 3-3 in regulation, PK defeat, insane game, but Seattle comes out on the losing end. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Today was gonna be the day. Now there's never throwing back to you. Oh God, man, those fucking goalposts and crossbars, man, really screwed us in this series. I hate this 3-game series, man. They didn't beat us one time. They didn't beat us once. They tied us twice, and we, I mean, shit. You can't give up. You can't be giving up goals like that. We're shipping goals.
You can't. That is why the reason they lost this is not because of the Rusnak miss. That was a big moment in the game, but it's not the reason they lost. It's not because of Jordan Morris, who people are blaming Jordan Morris. The only reason that game is in PKs is because of Jordan Morris. Do you guys realize that? He scored the biggest goal of the game. So
and Rusnak.
But it's not even that that he missed the PK either. It's all those soft goals that they gave up. All right, we got Noah in here, so I'm going to make it a 3-man panel. But Kenny,
yes, bring him on. Bring him
Kenny,
in.
Keep cooking. You guys cook for a second. I'm going to tend to some other shit.
Noah,
What's
first
up?
takes. Cook, man.
Let me make sure my mic settings are right. Do I sound good?
Good to me.
Okay. Well, is that not exactly how this was always going to happen? Do you know what I'm saying? That was... I'm not upset, but I'm not happy. And unfortunately, Obed Vargas, the price is going down. That was a terrible penalty. Yes, St. Clair was off his line, but no, he should not have been able to retake it. For those who are crashing out about that, just because he missed anyway, the keeper doesn't really matter at that point.
Who else
the
missed?
off your line thing is bullshit anyway. I think you should be able to be off your line. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Who else missed? Morris and
Obed and Osaze.
Osaze too.
When Osaze came up, here's what I was thinking. I'm going to walk you through the PKs when I was thinking.
Yeah.
When Osaze came up, I was like, no, please, no, like that's not right. Andrew Thomas should be shooting here.
He should have been there. He should have been in that position. Yep.
That was my
agree.
thought.
I was saying that.
I can't blame Andrew at all. I literally have nothing but joy and happiness when I saw him sub in, and I thought he covered himself in glory. Goes down,
Alex
breaks
was
a
gonna go
finger,
between
makes
his
2
legs.
saves. Like what more could you ask of? And then it's vindicating for us for what we've been saying, bro. What we've been saying, and you don't want listen. He drinks his tea with his pinky up. He's gonna have to keep it down now, but that's just that. I think it's really vindicating that he should have gone in, and I think he should have played the whole series. I think he should have started and played the whole series. I think it's very clear that next season he will be that guy. He's going to be starting, which is cool to see. Minnesota don't deserve it. They're gonna get knocked out by whoever they play, whether that be Portland or San Diego. It doesn't matter. They're terrible. They're a shit team, shit culture, shit play style. Michael Boxall, you should have been sent off. You're a fraud. I hate you. Who else do we got? Just the worst possible team to advance. And what's worse than that is like now I have to have Minnesota United fans think that this means anything.
Yeah.
Thinks that this means anything, brother. Like, you are nobody. You are nobody. You will continue to be nobody. You're not winning the cup. It's not going to happen. I don't care what you have to say. So, I think also we performed really poorly defensively.
when we gave up those goals. And
all three set pieces. All three of their goals were set pieces. A long throw taken short and quickly. Obviously the free kick, and also the last corner. So a throw in, a free kick, and a corner. You can't get much more set piece oriented than that. But we had some luck on our set pieces. The first goal from us was the first goal was not a set piece. That was Nuhu cooking with the secondary assist. Excellent little cross, and that goal was created by Jesus.
God, that goal was sick.
It was sick.
I know they lost, but that goal was freaking awesome.
The Loons should not have advanced. Best of 3 format is bullshit. I've been saying this. We've been saying this. Again, they're cooked. They're cooked. They're cooked. They're not gonna. They're
see.
I don't.
The one that really.
I don't know about that because, as like negative as the tactics can be, like I was just saying on a previous call, like we've been talking all this mess all series. They got 5 goals in the series, so I don't know like the idea that
I don't think scoring
the
5
negative
goals against the
soccer
Sounders
like
is
is like they're not.
impressive.
But they scored 2 less goals than the Sounders in league play this season. Like it's not a team that doesn't score.
Yeah, but it's one game. They drew 2 matches.
I don't know why
they drew 2 matches and lost a match. They didn't win a single game.
Why did they get 2 home games for getting 3 more points than us in the regular season? It does not make sense that they get 2 extra or a whole extra home game just for finishing 1 win.
Listen, I see people in the chat mad that I'm saying that they're not going to win. If they win, I will get a loon tattoo. If they win MLS Cup, I will get a loon tattoo. That is how convinced I am that they will not win. They're not going to win. There's no way. I will personally go to Minnesota and I will hand deliver. I will hand deliver flowers, chocolates, and I will beg for the forgiveness of Eric Ramsey. I will personally kiss his feet. I will wash his feet. I will do whatever he wants. He can have whatever he wants because it will not happen.
He had whatever he wanted today on the set pieces. The third goal was the most tilting. Their go-ahead goal. I saw some people blaming Albert for that being planted at the penalty spot, but it's like, Alex, you're at the back stick, man. It's zonal marking, and you got to pick that runner up, you know? Paul comes in and follows, I don't know what the player was, follows the player inside of Alex. And so Alex is the furthest out man. And I don't know if Fry can do better on that, but it is point blank, but he's just starfishing.
There's no one on the back post. Was that where Obed lost his mark? Because there was one. Maybe that was the second goal.
That was the second goal. That was the short throw in quick. Gaymar's alone at the penalty spot with the guy who gets a flick on. I don't know if Paul's at the top of the box. I don't know if he can come help at all, but it's flicked on, and yeah, Obed is caught napping. Obed used to not even mark his man there. Obed
he had a bad game.
Obed used to be, when he was younger, he used to be completely out of the picture there, and then Nuhu would get blamed for trying to cover that.
Yeah.
You know, that had happened multiple times, and so Obed and Alex are, I don't want to say liabilities on set piece, but we've seen that from Alex for 5 years now. You know, going back to MLS Cup 2020 versus Crew, right? He allowed a goal on the back post, and he's done a lot of really good stuff for us today. But today, in his career, but today he was 0 for 6 on crosses. And, you know, when that's been such a vital part of our game plan, like it's set into the tactics, you have to execute, you know. When Nuhu's out crossing you, man, let's pick it up a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Well, what you guys think of the missed chances? Like, did you consider Rusnak's post a sitter? I mean, it was a gaping goal, and it was a good chance created by Jesus went up the touchline and got Christian to the end line, and it was just a clinical Schmetzer ball. But
I mean, I don't know about sitter or not sitter or whatever. It's one that I expect him to finish. That he has finished a million times.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
2 shots in this game. One of them goes in. He created the 3 chances, and so did Ferreira. Also created 3 big chances. We had 6 big chances and squandered 3. They only had 3 in the whole game.
Yeah.
And squandered 1. But
let's. I want to give us your final thoughts here, Kenny. There's like a literally.
Yeah,
10
queue is
minutes
full,
to
so if
go.
you can't get in, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep tapping.
Yamar had an uncharacteristic game.
He was bad. He was bad.
6 in total duels. He
He
has
was
the
really
yellow
bad.
card and the foul for the free kick, and the goal. First goal went right over his head. I don't know if Reagan should be on the other side, should be on the inside of the post for that wall, and Reagan had a pretty good game.
Yeah, agreed.
He had that big chance created off the header.
Well,
I feel like, what are we even talking about here, man? Season's over, you know.
Season's over.
Listing stats like it's gonna change anything.
Season is cooked. We rest, and we rest our case for this trial until next time.
Andrew Thomas era. Let's start it now. I'm ready.
Welcome to the Andrew Thomas era. All right, Kenny. Thanks for being here, man. We appreciate you. All right, Ari, you're driving.
I'm driving. Can you drive? Hold on.
I just gotta. Dude,
all right, wait.
I gotta get up MapQuest. I gotta print out these instructions. I've gotta I just filled up the gas tank, but he doesn't want to drive the car. It's like, oh my god.
Let's get we're gonna get Max in here next because he was first in the queue, but then had to get his tech sorted.
Got it.
Max,
hey guys,
what's up, man?
How you feeling?
You know, not the best. Yeah, I've been better. How are you feeling? That's the important question.
Oh, that was infuriating, but is what it is. I mean, really, this whole playoff series kind of made me feel like indicative of what our entire season was. Moments of brilliance, the potential's there, but at the end of the day, we just came up short when we needed it. We just couldn't quite put it away. I don't know. I'm it's like I was watching this, and when we were up by a player, I kept thinking, how are we out of ideas? You know, how is it that we're resorting to send it to the corner and cross over and over and over again? At least when we got Georgie in there, they recognized they had to double team him on the dribble, so that opened up Alex at the top of the box. And even though he didn't connect with his crosses, at least he was getting good looks there. But that was rough. And as far as PKs go, you got to get it on frame. You just have to. You can't hit the post 3 times and expect to win. You just can't. So, but that's.
Is there anything to be done about that? Because I feel like this team is bad at taking penalties. Like, what other conclusion can we come to after the shootouts in this series? Where it's one thing if Dane St. Clair balls on you and saves it, or something like that. But to wham them off the post, and then the ones that Obed and Daniel Leyva,
they're doing too much. Every penalty that they missed, they were doing too much. Trying to roof it, trying to do something fancy, stutter step. Georgie barely scoring. Georgie shouldn't have scored, by the way. Let's talk about that. He had his mitt on that. Georgie didn't even drive that ball that hard. That was a terrible save by St. Clair, who goalkeeper of the year, my ass, by the way. That's a whole other story.
Same thing with Thomas. When Thomas got his hand to that one and it went in, so it kind of equalized out.
Yeah.
The line of thinking, I believe, for having De Rosario take that one, and was that with MLS Next Pro, there's so many more opportunities for taking PKs in actual pressure situations that they felt that he's equipped to do it because he's been in quite a few shootouts at MLS Next Pro. So
that was the worst penalty I've ever seen.
Oh, it's terrible, but
it was awful. I feel bad for the kid. I want him to succeed. And also, I couldn't tell you which one was worse, that one or the Obed one. I
don't know what Obed was doing. I know that you got a big queue, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just, at the end of the day, I think that it really felt like we had a career year out of several players like Musovski that's not going to get repeated next year. 14 goals. He's not going to score 14 goals for us next year. That's just a fact. He's not expected to. So the fact that he had such a good year, it feels like it was wasted. And then I I'm not going to bag on any of our DPs, but I really would like to have a top end DP. You know, that Dempsey, that Oba, the Ruidiaz, the Ladero, someone that's just going to carry the team when we absolutely need them. And that's just the one thing we had a lot of very good players. We didn't have any just top notch elite players at that level, and that's frustrating. But what can you do? That's we did have a ridiculously deep roster. It's probably the deepest I've ever seen the roster, where you're going that deep into it and said, that's fine. That's not a huge, I mean, it's a drop off, but it's not like a devastating dropout where you just got a warm body out there. I never felt like that when Levo's on there. You know, everyone had a role. So I'd like to see where we go. I'm very curious what's going to happen with Obed. So I'll leave it here so everyone else can get on. But thank you guys so much for doing these. It's been a fantastic season with that, and see you next year, guys.
Yeah, we'll see
Thanks,
you soon.
Max. Yeah, we
it's gonna
appreciate
come back
that.
way quicker than you think.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure we'll hang out in the off season, but you know.
Exactly. Good to see you, Max. All right, roll the dice. Ari, who's next? You knew.
I mean, let's just go in order. We got Jeremy up next. Cascadia, Cascadia.net.
I don't know.
Cascadia. I always mess that up.
I think mine are in a different order than you.
Okay, Jeremy, what's up, man? What's up with Cascadia FC? What did you think of this game? I'm sure you enjoyed it more than most of us did, but let's get your analysis. What'd you think?
I'm going to try and not smile as much as I can. You know, that would be rude. You guys are being very nice letting me on here. I really hopped in to pose an ethical question because I think we can all agree that Minnesota has a complete lack of ethics.
Correct.
When it comes to the way they play, the way they foul, the entire setup. I don't even mind their fans that much, but I despise this team.
Yeah.
They are infuriating.
Oh, okay. Can I cook on that for a second?
Go for it.
The sequence where they just pissed me off so bad in this game was when it was 2-0 and they start every time they feel contact in the box, they're going down, fiending for a bailout. I think that's what Noah said, fiending for a bailout, like trying to get a PK. The foul where they set up Pereira's first goal is, you know, it's not a smart play by Yaimar, but that's what they're doing. They're putting themselves in those situations, trying to get those set pieces so they can just poach goals like that. Man, watching that, like, I know it's sour grapes, but it's still just like, you guys thought about like playing the sport? I mean, goddamn.
Mm-hmm. They want to do everything but actually play soccer, which makes them it makes them an affront to sporting world. Oh my God! And Cincinnati has just taken the lead. Oh Lordy! Brenner with the brace. They are on top in game 3.
Hell is real.
Hell is
no. The playoffs ended, Jeremy. It's over. There's no more games. There's no more games.
There's a big one tomorrow, but
Did you guys know that the MLS Next Pro rivalry between the FC Cincinnati 2 and Columbus Crew 2 is called Hell is Plausible?
Heck is plausible. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Very congratulations to them, but that's kind of brutal. I was really hoping for a Columbus win. That's okay. There's still time. You know, players can pop up in the 88th minute and get equalizers. So
yeah, famously.
Cool. Which, by the way, yeah, Jordan Morris. Can we talk about that flick from Roldan?
Yeah, it was great.
He was unbelievable in this game. He's been unbelievable in every game all season. I thought it was a little weird that he was the designated player not to take a PK in this shootout. But you know what? It be like that sometimes. My ethical question has to do with
Roldan's famously not been good at PKs.
I mean, it's Dane St. Clair, guys. He's not good.
Roldan has missed his last 4.
Yeah, he's 2 for 6 for his career.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
And he's not a DP, so
I did not I did not expect him to be that bad at PKs. I guess he does have a weakness to his game after all, but one that isn't actually like incredibly important, I guess. My ethical question for this game has to do with Minnesota and the one time they actually decided to be ethical. So Thomas dislocates his pinky in the shootout.
Allegedly, we don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean,
it messes up his pinky.
Yeah, he screwed up his hand.
Yeah.
For the rest of the shootout, Minnesota sends all of their kicks to his right. instead of like trying his left once. If I know you guys have a stake in this game, I have a stake in this game too. But if I was watching this as a neutral viewer, I would be incensed, especially as a Minnesota fan, that you don't even try.
Taylor Twellman was crashing out about this on Twitter.
Yeah, I get it. Like, is it some kind of gamesmanship to not?
I don't think it was. I think they're just dumb.
No, I think that's gamesmanship. I think that's like they would expect us to do that, so we're just going to spam the opposite.
And somehow Thomas still makes more saves than St. Clair does in this shootout too, which I also found really funny because Schmetzer did what I assume a lot of y'all have been expecting, get Thomas in for the PKs, which, yeah, that's good. It set up the shootout to be an all-timer because this is an all-timer shootout. But unfortunately, instead of becoming Sean Johnson, Thomas decided to become John Kempen, who for one brief second I thought was Tim Kempen, because that sounds about right, but it wasn't. So Minnesota now has, I guess, their double post moment. I don't think they deserve it. That team certainly doesn't deserve it. Maybe the fans do, because if we're being honest, Minnesota's a city famously
No, their
starved.
fans suck, dude. Their fans
Really?
have been so obsessed with the Sounders. I'm like, brother, this is not a rivalry. We don't think about you. You are not Port.
2020 was hard for them,
They want to
Noah.
be the Timbers so bad. Like they want to be the Timbers. They want to even be the Whitecaps. Like neither of us think about the Whitecaps. In fact, I'm rooting for the Whitecaps.
Yeah,
That's
I
how much
voted
don't care about
Sorensen
it.
for coach of the year. Like,
Yes,
it was
exactly.
the easiest decision I ever had to make.
It's like their fans suck too.
I am not aware of this Minnesota fan.
Except Jeff
sucking
Ruder.
Fair enough. Shout out Jeff Ruder, But I was mostly impressed with the way they were somehow able to get back into this game. I don't know what more Schmetzer could have done. Like, honestly, I think he coached a very good game. The problem is when it comes down to individual mistakes on set pieces, which a lot of set piece goals are conceded from individual mistakes, because you lose a marker, one player just is able to jump a split second ahead of you. It's tough. It's tough. But at the end of the day, like, it's a really tough loss to end the season on. And speaking as someone who had the toughest loss of all time to end the season last year and all that followed from it, y'all are still in a pretty good place.
We won a trophy. Who fucking cares?
It doesn't feel like it right now, but like I said earlier, when the dust settles, I think we'll be able to be happy with what the team accomplished this season, getting the trophy, and we'll talk about it a lot more over the offseason. But as for like the broader future of the club, I feel like they're in a pretty good place. The roster's in a good place. There's going to be decisions to be made on that front. But
thank you, Ryan Kent. You are not coming back.
He's not probably, but they're set up well to continue to be like as successful as they have been going into the next, I think, year or two at least here. So we'll cope with that at a later date, but I do think it merits pointing out.
I do have one last question before I'll hop off and let the friendlies back on. How much of that Ryan Kent money are you giving to Paul Rothrock?
Well, Ryan Kent will be a free agent, so it won't even matter.
Yeah, but that's still a fair amount of money that comes off the books.
But that goes to Paul Arriola is the thing.
Yeah, Paul Arriola.
That's right. Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
That's jeez. He's still there.
I'm excited for him to come back. I don't care.
Same.
People can say whatever they want. He looked. Oh, him and Ferreira
He looked
in
so good.
Champions League looked awesome. Get him back.
Yeah,
Paul
Ferreira,
Rothrock,
another positive.
800K.
Yeah, Ferreira's looked really good over the past couple months.
He had a great series.
After,
People aren't going to want to admit it. Great series. He had like 4 assists or something. Or he should have had 4 assists. He had 3. Should have had 4.
Especially from like the first few months of the year where he was very much in the what does he even do camp. So yeah, I mean, you got that to look forward to. But yeah, it's a long time before we'll see the Seattle Sounders play another soccer game.
That's fine. It's actually not going to be that long because it'll be January. And
World Cup.
We have a bye in Champions Cup, so who knows?
Oh, and Columbus just missed like the golden opportunity to tie their game.
Soccer never ends. I will be taking a very long nap And then I will wake up and it'll be back again. And it'll just be like, we never stopped podcasting. So, well, Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on. Plug your stuff though, real quick.
Yeah. I won't be writing it, but there should be a recap of this game up on CascadiaFC.com in the next couple of days. So don't forget to check that out.
Jeremy Peterman, everyone. Thank you so much, brother.
Thanks, man.
All right. You're up next.
All right. We got Poos, then we got Timbo, then we got Caleb, then we got James, and we got a lot.
Beautiful.
Going on. Let's get Poos in here. He's on stage right now. Poos, what's going on?
Welcome.
How you doing? How you feeling?
Yeah.
Brutal L to end the season. Where's your mind at?
Brutal L. I am definitely salty. Actually, to be honest, I was thinking of Noah because I was working when I was listening to him crash out very hard about game 2. So I was like, dude, I am him right now. Like, I'm very, very, very mad. And then you were like, no yellow cards, so don't worry, we're not going to go there. But that will not be a problem. But I'm gonna throw out some grievances.
This is what we're here for.
Yeah, I think that like if we win this game, right, a penalty goes in, or you know, a goal is not scored, right? We don't give it up. There's still valid criticism, right? Like
yes,
come out of that game.
It would have been an actively like bad win, like performance wise.
Right. We come out of that game saying like that's not good enough, right? So like right now it feels heavy because we didn't win, right? But like even if we did, there is valid criticism, and I totally don't want to like shelf that. I do want to express that I think this playoff format sucks. I think it rewards really bad soccer. I think that I'm going to maybe butcher these stats a little bit, but the point is made that like Minnesota didn't win a game, right? Seattle won, tied twice, played away twice,
and won on goal differential.
I was going to say had a positive goal differential, and they're the
1-0 and 2 in a 3-game set with Minnesota, where you have to play there twice, is like a phenomenal that you.
It makes me frustrated with the league, like a little bit, to be honest. Like I can't help but think of like betting companies and gambling companies like circling the league. You know, Apple and Messi and big money being interested in like this artificial hype, right? That is like, oh, what a moment, but it's really not. We shouldn't have played this game at all. We should have been through by game 2, right? When we won at home, crushing them.
Or we should have lost in game 1.
Or well, sure, but I mean, I don't mind a 2-game format, right?
Me neither, but I'm just saying, like either way, it's like it's ridiculous.
It just feels like it's forced, and if it was worth anything, they would keep it throughout playoffs. I think there's like good reason that they're like, we're only going to do it now, and then everything's going to go back to normal, and it's just like it feels shitty, right? It doesn't feel like I feel like the better team was eliminated, and that's frustrating. There's a lot of people being like, and again, to the valid criticism. There's a lot of people being like, well, the better team didn't win because they lost. And it's like, no, statistically, even that's not true, right? Like they scored more goals. They won more games. They had better results. But because penalties are just being inserted artificially to create a moment, you know, like it feels crappy, right? And I think that a lot of teams in this position would feel the same way. And it largely, I think it harms the league, right? When people talk about like MLS being a serious league and you know, it trying to advance the sport or say something about the beautiful game, right? It's crap like this that is very frustrating and makes it just like harder to have a real conversation about like why the team and how the team should be playing better, right? We went from having the best back line in the league last season to, I think I saw through Seattle, I didn't know this, scoring the most goals we've ever scored across like some stretch of time or whatever. So that's really cool. At what cost? Right? We've given up a lot of really crappy goals. Those goals in Seattle, I remember being there and watching them and being like, these are dumb goals that we shouldn't be giving up. These are really bad goals. We're trying to play so professionally and so beautifully that we're not just kicking the ball down the field to clear danger. You know, Yaimar's getting caught with the ball at his feet a little bit.
Yeah, Yaimar had a bad game.
Well, I'm thinking about in Seattle, right? I remember watching, like, he's got the ball stumbling on his feet a couple times, and instead of really booting it, realizing he's, like, advanced in the field, he's one of 2 center backs. He should be aware of his positioning and his place on the field. He really should be killing that ball. Gets key with it, gets caught. They snatch the ball off of him, you know, hard press counterattack, score a goal. Second goal, Obed plays a slow ball that Jordan thinks is going to go a lot harder than it does. It holds up on the ground. Jordan doesn't get onto the ball quick enough. They turn on it, they shoot, they score. It's things like that that like feel cheap, and that's like valid criticism, right? We should be better than that. We should not do, the Seattle Sounders should be playing better than that. It's easy to be like, oh, we played some of the best teams in the league or in the world. We played PSG. Aren't we so slick? But it's like, yeah, but we're also giving away really dumb goals to Minnesota United, a team that I never think about in my life until I have to play them in a game. Like, I in a way, it's like I feel like we're giving Dane St. Clair too much legitimacy. Like, fuck Dane St. Clair. I don't even think about that guy. I didn't even know he was. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I'm exposing myself. I didn't know that he was goalkeeper of the year, and it's just like. Really? Really? Sure, whatever. I don't care. That's all league stuff. I can kind of isolate myself from that. But in terms of like the team that I care about and the way that they play, right? All the league stuff aside, I don't know that Jordan Morris is going to be a number 9 DP at the top. I have always liked seeing him out wide. I thought like when Nico and Raul were on the team, Jordan largely played out wide, and he was like supposed to get up and down that field. And
they won a bunch of trophies with that.
They won a bunch of trophies. Now, there's maybe I don't know the coaches, thinking through this, but it's like I can imagine a world where they're saying Jordan's getting a little older. He is not a teenager anymore. He can't quite do that, but he is still a very fast player. So maybe they're trying to push him up. I don't see him naturally being as threatening, being up top as a number 9. I'm totally willing to be wrong about that. That's just my feelings. I have never really loved seeing him at the top at the 9, and to that extent. It makes everyone ask, who is our goal scorer? Who is Seattle Sounders goal scorer? Who is like our dangerous player that you're like, oh, he's about to do something. And we don't have Danny Musovski, 100%. And
Time
again,
to have the
right?
conversation. Do we re-sign him?
Well, we're gonna do a lot of this discourse, so maybe we table that. But like that I think after this game and how these last 2 games went, that discourse is going to be hot this offseason. You made a couple really good points there that I wanted to hit, and then we'll keep it pushing to the next person. But when with the 3 goals that they scored in this game, Seattle across all competitions ends the year at 87 goals, all comps. You can check my math on that. 87. I don't know what the MLS record is for a club goal scoring across all comps is, and it's a little skewed because they played in maybe more tournaments than other teams this year. But if you told me before this season that they would end up at 87 all comps, I would be like, oh my God, like that's probably one of the sickest offenses that Seattle's ever had. And I think this team this year had one of the best. It was one of the best Sounders teams offensively in terms of the level of footy and production and all that. And we talked about though, like if we want them to play like that, they might score more goals, but there could be a give and take with you leave yourself more exposed and you concede more goals. The goals we're talking about them conceding, not just in this series, but like all season, I don't even think it's anything to do with that give and take. It's just like preventable errors.
Agree.
Like
Totally
it's not even about that. So that's like the frustrating thing for.
I also think, and I just have 2 points that I'm like going to make in closing, but they're related to this point, right? I think that when I try to think about why do we have such a leaky back line, quote unquote, or a porous back line, I named Jamar earlier, but you guys had a criticism. I think it was last week. I think it was Noah saying that like, I love the man. Okay. I love the man to death. We need to learn how to retire players like Fry or Rui Diaz or people that have aged out of their prime gracefully, right? Like that is our next step as a club. If we want to be serious, I don't even honestly care as much about people talking about the level of investment in the club. If the academy is producing players that work or we're able to make trades that make sense, I'm totally down. But like when Andrew Thomas balls out, and then we throw Fry back in, right? There's a lot of emotion to that. And there's a lot of humanity to that I'm not really going to like be privy to, and it's clear that Brian Spencer loves that guy. At the end of the day, right? Like it's feasible. It's possible that like Andrew Thomas could have been in goal, earlier game 1 or from the get-go and saved us from even playing this stuff. So I think that like point 1, we need to learn how to retire players gracefully as a club and not be stuck on them or like risk offending them, or like the locker room can't
They've all gotten offended anyway.
They get offended. It doesn't matter. Yeah,
100%.
Famously, Ozzy was like crashing out after.
He was like retweeting
Raul, bro. Raul
Yeah, he was like,
crashing
he was retweeting Garth out. Nico hated the Sounders when he left because
Raul.
they didn't want to renegotiate
100%.
with him. Raul hated the Sounders when he left. Fry is probably crashing out right now. Like it's
It's a part
all
of growing
the
up,
same
man.
shit.
It's a part of we
stupid. I
all
agree.
age it. You know, it happens to us all. The
I
second
mean,
thing is,
I would be mad, but like it's business. It sucks.
it's part of, you're literally a professional player, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're a professional player. If you think you can make money at another team, like we will gracefully love to
Yeah.
like let you go and pursue that. Like
You can
like,
have
the Seattle
empathy
Sounders, we have
and
a
also
different standard. And I just think about like the elite teams in other leagues, right? They don't really mostly have to deal with things like that, right? Where it's like they're bigger than the player. And right now I feel like we still have a little bit of an issue with like players feeling bigger than the team a little bit, you know, and like we have this challenge probably in like a very humane way, staffing and all the people that really make that machine work, of getting players to a point where it's like when I saw Andrew Thomas come on, I was pretty excited, but also there's a small part of me that goes like, but is it like too late? Like, well, why are we bringing him on for PKs? Like this is
like
a guy
you should have
that,
just played him.
Yeah, man. I mean, rewarding him for getting a trophy, right? Like it's not like he just played well and had a series of good games. That man won a trophy, right? Like
Yeah,
that
that's what I've been
be
arguing.
They could have lost to Club Puebla in League's Cup if it wasn't for Andrew Thomas.
My second
I
thing
mean,
I'll just
Fry
say,
doesn't win that game.
Those PKs have got to be on target. We
That
have got
too,
to get better at
yes.
taking penalties. Seattle Sounders, I don't know why, like we get big for big games, and then when it comes to penalties, we're choking. We're not like the goalkeeper's making a save. We're whiffing the ball, or it's hitting the post, or like never stood a chance of going in. If the goalkeeper doesn't even move, it wouldn't have gone in. That has got to change. Like they have got to drill down on that. Anyways.
I agree. Thank you so much
Great
for
call.
the crash out.
Yeah, thanks for tapping in. Those, were some,
Yeah, no
those got some good discourse going. So appreciate you, and hopefully we'll talk to you over the off season when we line up our call-in shows for that.
Yeah.
All right, we got Timbo, then it's going to be Caleb, then it's going to be Sawyer, and then there's only 3 more people in. So if you want to get your last thoughts and grievances of 2025 out there, go ahead and tap in. I'm down to hang out for a little while. We're going to get Timbo in right now. He's got a picture of Schmetz as his avatar. Timbo, can you hear us? All right. I don't hear Timbo. His kids are calling in, so that's sick, but we're going to take him off the off the queue. And we're going to get our guy Caleb in here. Last Caleb call of the season. He's got his drum set there. He's walking on stage. Caleb, what's going on, man? How are you feeling about the end of the 2025 season? Lay it on us. I can't hear him. Okay, there he is.
Wait, I just have to say this, like for 2025. Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, you can't hear me?
No,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Well, I have to say, like, I don't know how to just really, there's a lot of emotions, but I'm going to say this so I can just get this, so I could just like, kill all these birds with as many stones as I can. Congratulations to Albert. That was actually a very great goal. I mean, as much as, trust me, of all people, like how, critical I am of Albert. I mean, he only just does like so much, but it's just not enough. Like he doesn't strike fear. It's not him. It's just the opponents that look at it. And especially for a lot of opponents that know that Albert's been here a long time in MLS, they just, there's no fear in there. There's just no fear in there. And I think that, I mean, Fry, Fry. I'm just waiting for the Thomas era, because it's about a time, like the other caller said, respectfully, we've got to learn to give them the boot, because we've given them the boot in the wrong times. And I think we should have gotten rid of Fry maybe 5 years ago, but trust me, all the crash out people happen. But this season, in general, like, Craig, you're officially dismissed. And I know that you won a trophy and you want to hide behind that, but you literally are just pulled out the RSL 2.0 card that you did back in Salt Lake. So I'm telling you right now, Mr. Craig, stop using RSL ideology in the Emerald City. That's all I have to say. You are officially dismissed. Take your RSL 2.0 ideology somewhere else. Take Freddie Juarez. Take Danny Wasowski. Take Albert. Take all the RSL acquisitions and go somewhere else. We are done being the RSL 2.0 and let us grow back to being what we know of that was originated in 1974 and in 2009 by the Emerald City's faithful named Seattle Sounders Football Club. So
Caleb?
now I return it back to you.
Absolute fire as always. Did you have any last thoughts to wrap it up before we keep pushing? We might have lost you.
I mean, hey, I gave my drumsticks to a lot of the players this year. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very, very grateful that, I mean, if anybody that hasn't watched the Pedro de la Vega behind the scenes, behind the Shield series, I mean, I encourage anybody to watch that because that's really something special to me this year and stood out because my drumsticks was able to, make it into the Sounders and, for it to be highlighted. And that's something that I give props to the club. And we still have a lot of work to do in order to, and I look forward to you, Ari, and you, Noah, and I know Daddy O'Shan is in the background somewhere. I look forward to you guys coming to Salt Lake next year so we can really have this absolute content galore of a I mean, which, he still has yet to debate me, which I call him out, respectfully. But I would just say, yes, I still look forward to any of all of Nos Orientes and Lobbing Scorchers for coming to Salt Lake and actually getting the content that nobody else will ever get of something historic that we have never seen. But that's a different day. But again, thank you for letting me express myself this year. I look forward to having more debates with you guys. And, we're on to 2026.
On to 2026, up the bridges. Thank you, Caleb.
Thanks,
we
Caleb.
appreciate you, boss. Shout out. I'm a Craig In guy. I'm just gonna say it. I like my boy.
We're gonna be doing a lot of
we'll
Craig
do the
discourse
discourse
over the off season as well. So
we'll do the discourse. We appreciate you, Caleb. Thank you so much, boss. Who's next? Should we try Timbo?
Yeah,
B
okay.
again?
Let's check on Tim again. See if it's just a feed of his kids.
Timbo?
Timbo, can you hear us? Does not appear so. We're still just getting the live feed of his house. So we are going to move on to Sawyer. And then we got Tribe. Hell yeah, that's a stacked lineup. Let's get Sawyer in here. Sawyer, you're on the stage.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
Brutal L to end the 2025 season. How are you feeling?
Bad, bro. I posted 5 things on my Instagram story. Just about the whole season.
What stood out about this one? What Schmetz called it the toughest L of his time in Seattle. Would you agree?
Yeah. I wasn't really watching the game last year because I was busy, but I was watching this one today and I was super invested into it. And when Jordan scored, I was freaking out. I was home alone and I swear my neighbors probably thought I was getting murdered or something. I was screaming so loud.
I was also probably pissing off my when I yelled the most was when they were bamming the PKs off the post when all they had to do was make it and win. I literally was yelling profanities in my apartment, just end it. Just end it.
The watch
bro.
party was crazy. We were getting rowdy. We were getting rowdy at the watch party. It was crazy.
And right before he scored, I saw Andrew putting his gloves on, getting warmed up. And I'm like, bro, this has to be scripted. If we're gonna tie it, if he's warming up and putting his gloves on, and then we score, And then it just brings me back to like Open Cup though. Like when he had the game-winning penalty and like the saves.
Dude, he was beasting in that
You think
shootout.
they put
I don't give a fuck that he missed the
No.
last PK. He was laying it on the line. He dislocated his pinky on the first shot. He's out there
popped it back in,
putting the team on his back. He made 2
Dude,
saves
the smile that he made after
he
they
was
popped
talking
it back
trash
in,
to the crowd.
he just
Everything we
looks it,
wanted
yeah.
to see from a PK demon, he gave it to us, and it just bums me out that he doesn't get the W for that.
If Dane St. Clair dislocated his finger, he wouldn't have gone on. They would have had
It
somebody.
would have been a season-ending injury. He'd be
Yeah.
IR, dude, forever.
He'd hang up the gloves, bro.
Yeah. Do you think, this was my question to both of you, do you think that they should have let Andy take one, Ice-T take one earlier? Because I feel like they should have given him one earlier.
I feel like
honest,
maybe
that didn't pop into my head at the time. So that's kind of my barometer for if I'm gonna crash out, if it's a bad decision or not. I kind of figure the conventional wisdom is the goalkeeper. You put them last just because they got the least experience with it. With Andrew Thomas, the calculation might change though. Like I see what you're saying. Like in hindsight, I think there might be something to that. Yeah, I could see that.
But
they were saying on Apple TV how he's like good at taking penalties or something like that.
He almost, dude, he hit the bar in the way where like that can go in if you get enough spin on it. Do you know what I'm saying?
In my game today, we lost, but this kid the other team, he shot a shot from like 30 yards out and went off the bar and off our goalie's back. But like if our goalie hadn't dove, it would have gone out.
Yeah. So you never know. I'm not mad at the kid. Like genuinely, I'm so like, listen, I'm a shill. I'm an Andrew Thomas shill, dude. I bought Andrew Thomas stock when it was 0, when it was low, and now I'm gonna pump that. I'm gonna make sure that he gets as much hype as possible because, dude, he's electric to watch. And like the shithousery that he was doing as well, a little bit, like just like I love that. I love that in a goalkeeper. Like
that's so like
yes,
just in a player in general.
St. Clair, but like I do appreciate what Dane St. Clair does as a bit. Like he's a bitsman. I love a bitsman.
I think he's funny. I know everyone hates him. I think he's funny. I don't care. He's funny.
He's a clip farmer. He's just farming clips. Like jumping onto the crossbar.
Yeah, you're jumping on the crossbar, kissing it. Like, all right. Like, yeah, am I mad? Am I tilted? Yes, but like that's what I want my goalkeeper to be doing.
I think he might be a stripper, like in a side hustle. Because he was on the post in the first game and he's on the post like today.
He's all over the posts. And you know what? I would pay for him. Anyway, Sawyer, any final thoughts from you from this match?
I think Shrimp FC should like secede from MLS.
I agree. I agree.
A heater to close it off.
One more thing. I want to show you something that I made.
Okay.
What does that sound?
That's my alarm.
Oh.
I got pizza. Bro, check out this thing that I made.
Whoa, that's sick.
Yeah, were you like glass blowing?
Yeah, at my school.
That's so sick.
That's cool. Yeah, you're talented.
I was emailing you, Ari. Not Ari, Noah, my bad.
That's right, yeah.
I was trying to give you something.
Dude, we'll connect. We'll get one. We gotta do a postseason party. Let's do a Lobbing Scorchers postseason party. I feel like that could be fun.
Yeah.
That would be tough.
We'll figure it out. I'll get it. I know. I was crazy day. So thank you for that's sick.
Yep.
Now I'm extra excited.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. We'll talk soon.
Yep. See you.
See you, Sawyer. All right, we have got let's go. This is the one I've been waiting for.
Dude, Tribes. Tribes. I already liked Tribes.
Tribe is cooking.
I already
backstage.
saw his, I already liked it.
You know when they release the behind the scenes videos where you can see the guy in the locker room, or the guys in the locker room right before they're about to like take the field and get that's what Tribe is at right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's get him on the stage. Tribe, what's going on, man? Talk to us. PKL to end the 2025 season. Brian Spetzer called it the toughest L he's taken since he's been affiliated with Seattle, with the Seattle Sounders. What did you think? Do you agree?
Yeah, up 2 goals, we blew it. Fucking down a man for Minnesota, up a goal, we blew it. 2 opportunities in a penalty shootout to win it, we blew it. How much more could you ask for? How much more do you want to win a game? You can't ask for anything more. And Obed Vargas decides to do some stupid Jorginho shit. What is going on? How on earth? It's the same thing. We shouldn't even been in the third game. We had Danny. Oh God, it's really enraging. We have Danny Musovski who missed 2 tap-ins the first game, and we should have won that. The second game was easy at home, and we shouldn't have even played this game. And what is this stupid thing that MLS does? Why don't we have extra time? Why don't we have extra time? Why can't we be a normal fucking league and have extra time? It's enraging, and I don't know. Something needs to change about this, really.
The game is gone.
It really is. It's been gone for a long time.
Don Garber, what
Terrible.
are we doing?
Terrible guy.
Listen, I got to cook on this 3-game series thing. Just again, I know I hit it a little bit, but in what world does the team that has the better record, better goal differential, not win, not advance? What are we talking about? You're telling me that the team that drew 2 matches and won a match advances over the team that doesn't advance over the team that lost a match and drew 2 matches. It's stupid. And I'm going to be so honest with you, Tribe. You know, you get this. If there's extra time, the Sounders win both of those
easily.
games. I'm fully convinced.
Multiple goals.
Oh, well, this one especially. Like, they would have
Yes.
had 30 more minutes up a man while they were already putting pressure on him. Like, oh my God.
It's just, and penalty kicks are legitimately a coin toss. I think, and I want to ask you this. This is my next question. Why didn't Brian put Andrew in the first game for penalties?
Brian Schmetzer has a thing for veterans, and it's really brought this club down to its knees so many times. Again, you don't trust De La Vega enough. He could have gotten really good sooner. You didn't trust Manungu. We've seen what he did in this game.
Manungu should have Ryan Kent coming in the game over. I mean, I know he played, but like, I don't know.
Kent should have been on sooner. Rothrock should have been on sooner. You're playing the wrong people in the wrong situations. It's just unbelievable. But it's also unbelievable because he gains trust with veterans of the club. I mean, even if Christian Roldan was playing like Loris Karius in the 2019 Champions League final against Madrid, he would stay on. Because he's been a reliable player. Doesn't matter if you're reliable. If you're terrible in a game, take him off. Fire him. Get him out of there, you know? What are we doing? Brian Schmetzer has a thing for these players that have performed over the years, and it doesn't really matter to him how good the people on the bench are and how it will affect the game.
Yeah, no, I thought Obed should have come off in this game.
Yes.
Like, I don't think he was good. Like, I think he was actively not good. And there was a couple of giveaways where I was like, brother, you're just too cold. Like, I don't know. Like, save it. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know who you put on there. Maybe Danny Leyva. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like
Snyder Brunel,
whoever. I'd be fine with Danny Leyva. You get more advanced movement. You're trying to score anyway. Danny Leyva set up that incredible sequence with Paul Rothrock in the last game that you win. Why not get him on the field for Obed? Like, I didn't quite understand it. We have a Osaze on the fucking field because you want him to take a penalty, but he doesn't touch the ball. Ryan Kent turns into a ghost. I mean, what did Ryan Kent do this whole game? I don't know.
A couple pretty bad giveaways.
He was bad. Ryan Kent was bad. Ryan Kent should have never been expected to carry a workload in a game 3 when he hasn't played in fucking months.
Yeah,
That's
not
ridiculous.
after that injury.
No, it's ridiculous. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to him to put him out there, and that's his last game with the club.
You could see his quality with the penalty, though. You could see his experience and his coolness and what he's been through, and that's why I really want him to stay. Because I really think he could become a starter for this club if he stays healthy and a special player. But it's really just unfair to him what happened. It's unfair to him how we treated him as a player early on. It's unfair to him how it has to end. just like how it was unfair to Rui Diaz and how it's going to be unfair to Stefan Frei, because this club has a history of letting go of their players in a just cruel, terrible way, in a toxic way as well. And that's what's going to turn out with Ryan Kent and Stefan Frei now. And I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people in chat are saying Kent did well, Kent did well. I'm not saying that he
wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible. I'm not saying that he was a detriment. What I'm saying is it was always bad to expect that he was going to be able to come on and make an incredibly big impact in this game when he hasn't played in months. That's just unfair. That's an unfair expectation to put on a player like that. And I'm just not about it. And I don't think he played well in that position to what you needed in this moment. So it's just like, oh my God, I don't know. The whole Kent thing. He was supposed to play in game 1. He didn't. He was supposed to play in game 2. He didn't. Then you bring him in game 3. Like I don't know. I just there's something about it. And to your point of like not moving on from people, I agree.
Yeah. I also think Brian Schmetzer, man, we would have won 4 more MLS Cups if we did well in the regular season, had home field advantage. That's something that so many people are telling me. That's what a lot of us believe. If we have home field advantage, the Sounders would have, well, imagine against the Galaxy, right? Last season, final of the conference in Lumen, we would have won.
Yeah.
A couple seasons ago against Real Salt Lake, oh no, we were home, but we lost. Oh, never mind. We should have had Thomas because that was a terrible penalty shootout. But in general, we would have won so many more trophies with this lineup, with this team in the past 10 years if we were home. And that's one thing I need to lay on Brian Schmetzer, because we need to do better in the regular season. We need to get home field advantage. And we need these things because it's not only good for the fans, but it's also good for the players, because more pressure's on them at home to do well, and then they can understand how to work with each other better under higher intensity, louder environments, because there's no place like Lumen Field. You know what I'm saying? There's no place like Lumen. So it's terrible. It's terrible what we do in the regular season, but in knockout soccer, we're probably the best team there is. But this was just a really unlucky one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing some discourse in the chat here over subbing on Kent to be a good penalty taker because he was a good penalty taker.
Yeah.
Yes, like I agree, but also at that point you're surging. You're not trolling for PKs. Like I get it. I get it. But like that's, I don't know. To me, I'm not a coach. I am not a coach. I'm a dumbass with a microphone. Okay. So don't expect me to have a rational take all the time. All right. That's my whole bit.
And the last thing I want to say,
yeah,
I have so much respect for Andrew Thomas beyond belief. He is a fucking hero. He gave us 2 or 3 opportunities to just win the game, and our dumbasses couldn't do it. He is seriously a hero. It doesn't matter that we lost, because he gave us those opportunities. He did everything and more than he was supposed to do, right? You bring on a keeper, you hope for a save and your team to win. He made 3 times. You can't ask for much more from him. And with the dislocated, I'll be honest, as a keeper myself, it really, that unless my hand is actually broken, I think I'd be okay. Just pop the finger back in. But the amount of pain, it makes you feel a little bit more hesitant to make a save, which is all the more impressive from Thomas. And he is just
could have
a
had a
hero.
couple extra saves too. He
I
guessed
know.
the right way.
He's
on
so
almost
good at
all of them.
guessing, dude. He doesn't.
Yeah.
I know.
He doesn't guess wrong.
He's like
they get it by
Emiliano
him still,
Martinez.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just like Emiliano Martinez. He needs to do a little bit more shithousery, though. I think that would just bump it up. Be like Dane St. Clair, get a yellow card talking to players. That would be amazing. But
yeah,
man,
St. Clair shithouses more than he does. But like, I just love when he's saving the PK and he's giving it back to the fans. Like,
it's great.
It's great.
I just love Thomas, and he needs to stay. We are going to keep him. We're going to sign him to a DP contract. Whatever. He is truthfully the heart and soul of the Sounders, you know. And I really love that guy. Anyways, I gotta go, guys.
I was gonna
Good stuff.
ask if you wanted to watch the clip of you getting prank called by John Breaks Bad News.
Oh God, sure, go on.
I'd have to pull it up.
We'll do it another. We'll do another show. We'll get you on. We're gonna get we'll do some fun stuff.
There's gonna be like
you enjoy your weekend.
Dog days of the off season where we can get into that.
It's been an amazing season from you guys. I love you guys. You guys have done so much for the fans, giving us voices, for the content on Instagram and on YouTube, informing all the people that have no clue what's going on. You know, you guys are truthfully an example of the best that this club has to offer. And I thank you guys so much for this season.
It means the most coming from you, dude.
That's what we're here for.
We love you. We love your content. And
thank you, man.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful stream. I love you guys. Thank you
as well. See you soon, dude. All right. Wow.
All right. That is it for the queue. So man, I mean, I think we can call it, but it's like,
I think so, yeah. This was a crazy season.
Let's like debrief that just for a couple minutes and then we'll wrap it up.
No more calls. No more calls.
No one tap in. We're gonna get out of here. But it was I do want to say like thank you to, on the note of what Tribe was talking about, thank you guys for tuning in all season. This was easily like the biggest season that we've ever had. Like we grew so much on every platform. Our YouTube game is better than it's ever been, and our IG game is popping, and that's all because of you guys. So thank you all for tuning into the show, tuning into the streams every week. We're just glad you guys enjoy it, and we're glad that we can provide a space for everyone to just like hang out, cope, celebrate, bask in the victory, rationalize the defeats. Like, just thank you guys for the show would not go without all you all. We make the show, but if you didn't consume it, then there would be no show. So we love and appreciate you all for that. And going off of that, I know this was a bad ending and it was a sour end of the season. Noah, I fucking love this team. This is the 2025 team.
Yeah.
I love this team. First of all, the just the level of footy that they play is phenomenal, especially in attack. 87 goals across all comps. I mean, that like I can't ask for anything more than that. And I also can't ask for anything more than the moments that they gave us this year. Going back to this team made Adrian Hanauer crash out in the locker room during a labor dispute because they wore t-shirts with the Monopoly guy while he was hanging out with the FIFA oligarchs. Do you understand how funny that is?
Yes.
These players, this team, they gave that to us. That was incredible. I wanted to note that because I was thinking about that today. And I was like, that was so fun for us to like cover. Like, I didn't think I'd be covering a labor dispute where the owner is crashing out in the locker room. Like, that's like a random thing, but it's just, this team gave us so many great moments, culminating with the Leagues Cup, which I understand, like people are going to call it cope to say like, oh, you got knocked out of the playoffs in round 1, but we won a trophy. That was one of the best games in club history. That was one of the best moments in club history. I can't, as someone who follows the team obsessively every single day, and makes an entire podcast and YouTube show dedicated to this team, what more could I freaking ask for than that, man? They gave it all to us. They laid it on the line every single week. They played at an extremely high level. They made Seattle, the whole city, the soccer scene here, they made it look good, man. The whole league is jealous of this team. The whole league is jealous that they got to have a moment like they got to have in Leagues Cup this year. So I just got to get my gratitude out there to the team, to the players, like for all the moments that they gave us this year. There couldn't have been any content better to be made. So that's my sentimental soapbox. Noah, you got any sentimental soapbox?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start by saying like literally everyone who has enjoyed our show and joined the streams, listened to an episode, found a TikTok, watched it, liked an Instagram post, done everything, this is absolutely a passion of ours. Like this is what we do in the group chat. Like we
would be sitting here making this show if not a single person listened to it.
And
if not a single person listened to it, if we never made $1 off of it, we would be making it anyway because we're sickos and we fucking love it.
Yes. It means the world to me. when people come and say what's up when I'm just like walking around or in the grocery store or whatever. Like the fact that I and Ari have been able to make a genuine impact in people's lives, like that is the greatest thing in the world. We've got moments like they got Messi, we got Paul Rothrock, club lore, and him kissing the third goal to make Miami crash out.
I'll take that over a round one playoff.
I don't care about that.
7 days a week, 365 days a year. I will take what we got in Leagues Cup over a round one playoff win over Minnesota United. Like, call it cope, call it whatever you want, man. Like, that stuff is why we do it. And this team gave that to us this year. So I don't want the end of the season to overshadow that. We should all appreciate that. You guys realize, like, a lot of other fan bases, like, they don't have this. They don't have a team that gives them moments like that. They don't have a community like that, like we have here, that makes it so special. A lot of teams, they watch the game every week and they're like, man, this team sucks. This is not fun. Like, we have the best time of anybody. So like, that's a credit to the guys who play every week.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for the off season. I'm excited to do a wrap up show. This season has been the biggest we've ever done. Next season, I promise you guys, we're gonna do it even bigger. Like, there is no slowing down on the gas pedal of Lobbing Scorchers. We love what we do, and
I might stream more this off season than I do during the season. Like, we're not going nowhere. And like Noah said, we're gonna turn it up in 2026 World Cup year. We'll be covering Sounders season all day, every day, like we always do. But that we also got the whole World Cup coming to Seattle, so that's going to be an even bigger deal than the Club World Cup this year. So stay tuned, because the content train keeps rolling. It's not going to stop just because they got knocked out of the playoffs by Dane St. Clair.
No. I think that's good. I'm excited. We'll do a wrap-up show. We'll do a pod. We'll do something. You know what, Ari? We're going to do an in-person pod.
Yeah, let's do that. But let's also work through the super chats because I neglected that. So we got a few here. Thank you all to everyone who's donated even $1 to us. Again, like I said, that's not why we do it at all. But like, it genuinely, every super chat you send, everything that you can kick towards us, it makes the show better. Allows us to spend more time on it. So thank you guys, all of you who donated this year. We love and appreciate all you. Derek Richards, one of our biggest ones. We love you, man. The GOAT, $10 super sticker, member for 11 months. We love you, Derek. Appreciate you. Hebrew Hammer, thank you. Another great supporter. Thanks, y'all. Let's get more silverware next season. Amen to that. Lucas, thank you for the support. Y'all are the shit. Thank you. You're the shit. Appreciate you. And then Ian has $2 for Noah's loon tattoo. Yeah, you were cooking on that. That was.
I mean, listen, I'm hold me accountable. Y'all know I'll do it. If Minnesota United win MLS Cup, I will get a loon tattoo. I'm not getting the logo. That shit's ugly. But I will get a loon on me, and you will all know what it's for. And that's just going to be that.
I'll answer this one real quick before we go. It's saying, Ari, real quick, I've noticed an amp in the background. What guitar do you play? I got an electric and an acoustic that I started playing over COVID a little bit. My brother is the musician in the family. He can hear a song and then play it on piano. It's wild. I don't know how he does that, but he set me up with an acoustic and then electric over COVID. And I actually got kind of good, but I haven't been practicing the last year or so. So I'm not that good anymore, but anyway, yeah, that's the story behind that. All right, Noah, let's call it a wrap on that. Thank you all so much. We'll be back at it, honestly, probably in the next few days. So
correct.
It's not going to be any kind of extended break just because it's the off season. I know we're getting sentimental, but we're going to be right back at it. So, But last game of the season,
it's good to celebrate a little bit.
You got to tie it all together. Yes. So, love you guys.
Like the video,
sub to the channel, rate 5 stars, comment, subscribe. And we will see you guys very, very soon for the rest of our playoff coverage. And then the off season's honestly going to be just as pop and discourse.
Correct.
So
there's always stuff to talk about.
Everybody lock in. No one get unlocked just because the season's over. We will catch you.
Some people come to Lumen Field for the tactics, for the soccer, the atmosphere. And some come for Paul Rothrock's hair. Me personally, I come for both. because I have agendas to push. Live soccer isn't just better, it's way more personal. From making friends to becoming the guy in your section that's just constantly yelling about advanced statistics. Get tickets to any Sounders match by visiting lobbingscorchers.com/tickets. You support the pod, our agendas, the vibes, and the chaos.